NIL, or name, image, and likeness, has been legal in the NCAA as of July 1st, 2021, allowing college athletes to profit from it. Since then, there has been a huge debate among college sports viewers on whether NIL has helped or hurt college athletics. College sports, in particular college football, with an average audience of 7.18 million viewers, making it the biggest sport in the nation. This should be important to any viewer as it affects college students, and most everyone in this day and age has attended or is planning to attend college. I have been a college sports fan, in particular a Tennessee Vols fan, since birth. I have attended over 70 college football games alone and over 50 college basketball games. I am very blessed and grateful to have seen the pre-NIL college athletics and the post-NIL to be able to compare the two together and have an opinion on it. Along with my viewers, I'm a college student who dearly supports his or her college through and through, meaning that I'm surrounded by college stuff and college athletics every day. NIL has allowed loyalty for a college to vanish within 3 years. NIL is allowing uninformed kids/adults to obtain too much money for their own good and having a negative impact on them. The involvement of boosters has allowed the concept of corruption to be swung into play when recruiting. It also has the ability to shift a team's focus from educational and athletic development to commercial interest. I'm going to convince you that NIL is a problem in college sports, causing more negative than positive, and then I will give some solutions. The ability to use the transfer portal as an opportunity to make more money from NIL is a huge part of the loyalty lost in college athletics. So our quote, if a college athlete is not happy with their NIL income, the transfer portal has become leverage for a player to seek out more NIL money at a different institution or attempt to renegotiate with their current school, end quote. That's from Cody Gore. A fix that has been suggested by many experts and that I would agree with is that signing for a school should be formatted like a contract. If a player signed away that they had to stay at a college for at least 2 years, it would allow players to factor in what is best for them, which would include athletics and education and not just the money that some athletes have been chasing since NIL was introduced. Another problem with NIL that has surfaced is the athletes receiving all this money are not properly educated with budgeting and have been losing all of it quickly or even remotely filing for bankruptcy. So our quote, athletes have relatively short careers and their earnings must sustain them over a lifetime. Overspending as well as a lack of financial knowledge and planning are how some of the most iconic athletes have ended broke, end quote. That's from Tim Parker. As all of these athletes are receiving money before even attending a single college class, I think that a solution to this problem is to hold onto the majority of the money until the athletes has graduated, which allows them to have more time for brain maturity and allows them to take classes and learn how to properly budget. In college athletics, there are 3 major types of coaches, those being a recruiter, a motivator, or a developer. That being said, before the introduction of NIL, every coach was on an even playing field, and how much effort and time the coaches spent recruiting the athletes out of high school usually determined where they might go to play college ball. After NIL was introduced, the colleges that have the wealthiest boosters and alumni have been able to offer the most money from NIL and therefore have been able to recruit the most talented players. For instance, the founder of Nike, Phil Knight, happens to be a huge Oregon fan and alumni. So our quote, as of May 2024, Oregon has received $969 million in donations, which goes towards NIL and recruiting. To put that into perspective, that is $140 million more than the second highest university donations from alumni, end quote. That's from 247 Sports. This allows Oregon to repeatedly have the highest recruiting classes in pretty much every sport year after year. Do not get me wrong, I have nothing wrong with the alumni donating towards their alma mater. I just do not think that they should be able to buy these athletes. A solution for this particular problem is to force schools to have a maximum amount of money to be focused for recruiting, which would level the playing field for the schools. The addition of NIL has allowed athletes to overlook some very important needs when deciding where to go to college and have just been allowing the money to persuade them. These college athletes should be set up for success on and off the field throughout college. Educational needs and athletic needs were constantly being filled and checked off the list when athletes decided where to play ball before NIL. Now a ton of athletes are only looking at commercial benefits that a university can provide to them as their factors for choosing a school. College is a big deal and has the opportunity to do a lot more for these athletes than to just hand them a check and let them go. NIL as an idea is a good thought in my head, but the execution was done very poorly. I do not mind the college athletes benefiting from working hard and constantly raising the charts on viewership. However, it can be done in a more fair way, allowing college athletic programs to benefit more from the money that they can offer versus the development of the players, the atmosphere, education, and recruitment is not a good thing. As a big college sports fan, I have seen the NCAA slowly going downhill since the addition of NIL, and an easy fix to all of those problems is to just remove it. Thank you.